putting your kids in front of a camera for the world to see was more of a reality show like Honey Boo Boo,
Uncle Jack's gonna be hanging out though.
who now has a horrible relationship with her mother.
If mama wants to have like a relationship with me, she needs to pay me back, because one thing I don't do is I don't hang around no thief that gonna steal my money.
Maybe you remember John and Kate plus 8.
It all started with the two of us. Then, when we decided to have just one more, we got a little more than we bargained for.
Which turned into a crisis, which then turned into a show about the crisis.
I'm sorry, can you stop breathing so loud, honey? He's like, breathe quietly.
Kate and I have decided to separate.
Well, now you no longer have to be on mainstream television to showcase how you traumatize your children and then they go no contact in about 8 years. Because you can now do it, all in the comfort of your own home. All you need is at least one child, preferably a toddler or smaller, and at least one cell phone that you can prop right in front of them. And then all you have to do is just wait until they do something that's interesting in the world, or you can just demand they do something that will make mommy and daddy very rich.
To bring her home and be part of our family. So if you could pray for us, we appreciate it. I love you guys. Bye. Come here. Come closer for the video. Come closer. Come closer. Come closer. Put your head right here. Come closer. Closer. Down. Put your head down here. Act like you're crying. Really quick.
I am crying.
Hi, Editing Michelle here. Sorry to interrupt, but I'll be showing up from time to time throughout the video. I just realized as I was editing, I did not set up this clip correctly, so maybe you don't know what's going on if you are not online a lot. This woman's child's dog just dropped dead, and she is filming it while the kid is in mourning for their dead dog, and then telling him to cry more so the thumbnail can look good. Okay. Bye.
Go like this.
No, Mom, I'm actually seriously crying.
No, I know, but go like this for the video.
Now that people see that you can get admired by the world for being a parent on TikTok and become a celebrity, and of course, get filthy rich, there's even more desire to become internet famous, or at least get your kids to be internet famous, while you sit there and rake in all the dough.
I don't come today as the daughter of a felon, nor as a victim of an abnormally abusive mother. I come today as a victim of family vlogging.
With more and more people jumping on the let's make my kid famous bandwagon, more women are becoming TikTok moms and want to publicly tell the world about their undenying, pure, true love that they have for their kids, and it's quickly getting weird. Oh my God! Do you have children? No. Before you make this video on mothers who love their children, just know that you will never know what true love is until you actually birth your own child from your vagina. Ever! You think about that while you're making this video, shaming these loving mothers on TikTok who love their children. Man, people are always saying this to me. I mean, I've loved my mother, my sister. I've been in a relationship with a man for about 12 years, and I thought I was in love with him, but there's got to be something missing. If a TikTok mom is telling me that, maybe, just maybe I can go on TikTok and experience the love these women have. When my son's future girlfriend thinks she's his first kiss. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to that's kind of weird and slightly gross. Maybe you might not think so. If my dad told me
I was your first kiss,
I would also still think it's weird. And if my mom said she was my first kiss, of course you are, but it's weird to say it like that. So today we are digging deep, diving in and going on a journey and digging deep into the wonderful world of all the TikTok moms. From the clout goblins,
Put this GoFundMe together, the link is in my bio.
to the ones that like to share,
No one was innocent. Everyone has hooked up with like everyone.
to the gummy bear moms.
So not only am I a black SUV mom, it turns out I'm also a gummy bear mom.
Sit back, strap your girls in. We don't want them hitting you in the face. And let's dive in. I think one of the groups that are making this TikTok mom thing kind of weird to me are the women who started something called Momtok. This group bought the church and a side of a lot of sex. That's right, the Mormon mom of Momtok. They would get the kids to school by day, going to church, prayer groups, and still had time to fit in a TikTok or two. So Taylor is one of the most popular Mormon mom TikTokers who finally found her niche or niche on TikTok, and that was dancing. Taylor would occasionally show her husband, of course her children. That's a big part of mom talk. You gotta have the kids to be in this group. Until she finally said, how can I get more views? Well, other TikTok Utah moms had the same question and came up with the idea of making this TikTok thing a group activity. Wink.
I created Mom Talk.
So in January 2022, Whitney, Macy, Michaela, and of course Taylor took their solo act and made it a group extravaganza. Now I know you are asking, how the hell did this become so popular? Because they are mom and dancing together. Duh. Anyway, the whole thing was very, very wholesome until Taylor had to open her big mouth and share a very provocative secret. When you live a secret lifestyle and it gets leaked and was entertainment for the internet. Well, it didn't get leaked. She set up a camera and told everybody. Taylor would post a normal video of her lip syncing, and instead of the cute little dance moves she would do, she would be jiggling her keys in front of the camera with a text on the screen that says, in my 20s, getting divorced, started therapy, living on my own for the first time ever, along with 2 little kids. I saw that coming. Social media is destroying families. Hold on there, lady on TikTok, because that is a full-on excuse. Social media is not the reason these 2 broke up. You wanna know the reason? I know you wanna know. Because I said provocative in the beginning of the video. And you're like me, nosy. The reason they would be getting a divorce is because, well, the group dances isn't the only thing this Mormon mom talk girl group like to do. After Taylor posted that video, people started commenting on other mom talk girlies pages that Taylor obviously cheated, and many of the members started liking the comments, kind of giving a answer without giving an answer that, yeah, she definitely cheated. And Taylor said, and decided she's gonna spill all the beans and throw a lot of people under the bus. So she shared another video where she said the TikTok stage isn't the only thing we like to share. We also like to share our husbands.
No one was innocent. Everyone has hooked up with like everyone. So back to being in an open relationship, Tate and I kind of opened those doors and we had people in and vice versa. To make it clear, again, I'm speaking in gray. He never like fully went like, I don't know what you would call it if it's like soft swinging. Taylor confessed to everyone on TikTok that she fell in love with one of the other husbands. And I guess technically she did kind of cheat because they had an agreement, everybody in this group had an agreement that they don't do anything with each other without the other ones watching. But Taylor and this other husband took their little escapade to a private quarters without anyone watching. To be honest, we had an agreement, like all of us, and I did step out of that agreement.
They just ruined the contract.
This is where the juiciness of the story comes into play. Taylor and Tate, Taylor definitely was one of the people that cheated. No one could figure out whose husband she had cheated with. Well, it came out that it was most likely Braden, Kenna's husband. Now, Braden and Kenna were the first people to get a divorce.
So in the end, Taylor would get shunned, passed it out, ignored, as the kids would say, left on red. Until she and all the other Mormon moms on Mormon Mom Talk got a full-on show on Hulu.
Show me what you're working with.
We blew up overnight. And then it just turned into this whole group is swinging with each other.
Where every girl on that show says, we didn't do that. We are the good girls. When everyone thinks I'm a swinger.
This is not your fault.
You're right. It's your fault.
But then they start the show with this song. And many scenes have that vibe of, I think y'all are
Okay, we're gonna play Never Have I Ever, so everyone put your hands up. Hey, this is typically a drinking game, are you sure?
We should probably have a drink.
So after the Mormon moms blew up, everyone wanted to be part of Mom Talk in hopes of them finding fame and of course getting a lot of money for little dance moves. Or maybe advertising a vibrating dildo where you get $20,000 to post. And of course, hashtag Mom Talk.
Is that a little microphone?
Honestly, I would do that. That's easy. But people had a lot to say to that because she is a mom and she's just out there holding that vibrating like, woo! With her kids in the back. I'm just kidding, I don't think her kids were in the back. But it gave off a weird vibe to people that this is Mom Talk, this is wholesome, and then here's also a vibrating Anyway, now there's so many Mom Talks, I don't even know where to start. There's Texas Mom Talk.
I go straight from the bank, gassing up the tank, cranking up the radio, playing old Hank.
Long Island Mom Talk.
What is your name as a group?
The Click.
California Mom Talk has entered the chat. There's only 2 people. But they will easily build up. It's California. And all these moms are dancing their little mama booties off in hopes that some network will see them, give them a show where they too can slow walk to Sam Smith's song. Someone needs to start a network like Netflix and get all the moms of Momtok reality shows on there. Oh my gosh, it could be survival of the fittest.
Go ahead, be gone with it.
It'll happen. They will make that happen. I know it. But you get the idea. Everyone is now getting on this I'm a mom and I'm on TikTok, and many of those groups are already getting into a lot of drama, like Texas Mom Talk.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, this whole Texas Mom Talk drama, it's got me about ready to blow a gasket.
Very high school, very exclusive, but that's the Texas Mom Talk drama.
But some people don't have mom friends, so what do you do to be able to use the hashtag mom on TikTok and be part of this very loving and wholesome group? That's right, you involve your children, yes! And there's a recent trend that's skyrocketing called boy mom, because it's so much better than being a mom to girls. Ew, they have cooties.
I'm supposed to just tell my mama that I love her more than life itself? I mean, I love her more than anything.
Oh, Johnny.
Lucky girl.
Now, before you jump to the comment section and think I'm talking about every single woman that has birthed a son, calm your tits, they're flapping all up in my face. A boy mom refers to a mother who's overly fixated on her son. She might coddle her son, put him on a pedestal, or express more affection toward her boy children than the girls.
Get out the picture, Paisley.
Many boy moms find excuses for their male children when they misbehave and hold the girls accountable. Many people believe boy mom behavior is problematic because it can limit a child's development, reinforce gender norms, and create a toxic family dynamic and get inappropriate as the boy ages into adulthood. I think the show I Love a Mama's Boy, where the son and wife would live with the mom because the son still can't jump out of the nest and fly away to have his own life, and the mom's just not quite ready yet either. And the son would give the mom head massages before putting her breathing thing on for her.
All right, Matt, before I put this on, can you...
And then he would get upset because the wife doesn't really want to have sex with him because his mom's always around.
There is some intimacy that has fallen short because, you know, we do live with my mom.
So then to help with that, he goes lingerie shopping with his mommy, and his mom's doing all the talking.
Well, my son wants to get something beautiful for his girlfriend.
I do not have a lot of mothers and sons shopping for lingerie at my store.
And then when he gives the gift to his wife, he says, hey, I just have to go hang out with my mom real quick. And then the wife sits there and looks.
You're joking. Hey, you just like gave me like a really sweet, intimate gift.
Well, like that. And then the son stares deep in his wife's eyes and wonders, why is she so upset right now? I did something nice with my mom, and my mom's like the best woman I've ever met.
My mom and I have our rituals. We do this every single night together. We unwind, we talk about our day.
Those are the types of boy moms we're talking about. So if you don't do that with your son, you're gonna have a great time during this video. If you do that, I think you're weird and you're gonna have a horrible time. But I still want you to stay, don't leave. The sons are pretty much a stand-in because the mom doesn't have a husband or the husband doesn't give her the type of affection that she wants, and it comes out into this very odd relationship where people are wondering if this is a sugar mama with a very young man. And I personally think if people have to question that about your relationship, then it might be time to set some boundaries in that relationship because it's kind of weird. So something that got very odd on TikTok was a lot of moms use the Olivia Rodriguez song to put over them when they're holding their sons and cradling their sons and kissing their sons. But the song is about sex and never finding a woman like her, ever.
Can't let you go.
Hi again. I don't want to get copyright strike, so we gotta sing it badly for the people who will be confused. And I'll sneak in, since the day that I'm filming this, it's Halloween. We can give it a little spooky flair. She's so sweet. She's so pretty. Does she mean you forgot about me? Oh, I hope you are happy, but not like how you were with me. I'm selfish. I know. I can never let you go. So go find someone who's great, but never someone better than me. Are you already thinking about his future romantic relationships? Yup, I'm not sharing.
He's my baby.
Okay, guys, some of these are really funny. These don't stop at when they're babies. Even the moms of boys who are teenagers are getting on this. Okay, this one right here is my absolute favorite. The mom's looking so sad and the teen is in the background with his girlfriend.
He's beautiful.
Another aspect of boy mom is that they love all their kids, but they love their sons just a tad bit more.
My boy moms feel me on this. My son has my heart and my soul. I obviously am obsessed with Stevie Lee. She is just the greatest little girl in the world. My whole life, I always wanted to be a boy mom.
She always wanted to be a boy mom, which I don't think there's anything wrong with that. People have their like goals in life, I guess. I just find it a little bit odd to say, my daughter's special, but this one's a lot more special than that. They always say, no one will love you like a little boy. A woman named Anna, who was literally crowned the queen of boy moms, was pissing everyone off.
I never thought that I would be that toxic boy mom. I love my 4 kids equally.
She's gonna say but. Well, she's gonna say it.
But that last little boy just hits different.
So then you don't love them equally. That's why you fit in that butt. Anna's a great example of a boy mom because she full on says, I treat him differently.
He hits his sisters, he punches them.
She gives excessive excuses to her son's horrible behavior.
I'm like, maybe he's having a hard day.
But then if the daughter does the same thing, she gets treated completely differently. When you try to pick on your little brother, but you forget he's mom's favorite.
Excuse me, bruh. You're excused.
If you see us in the club, we'll be acting real nice. Okay, you know the song. But then she picks up her precious son with a very angry look on her face and says,
And I'm not your bro.
I wish I could show you the kid's face, but he looks pretty much like this. He knows that he is the prince of that house. So I have a question for you parents that know like kid brains. Do they know what's going on? Do they really know what TikTok is? Do they know what a skit is? And most importantly, how did this woman present this TikTok skit that they're going to do this day? Paisley, come on. Now you're gonna stand there next to your beautiful, precious, adorably smart, sweet, and kind younger brother. And you're gonna bully him for a little bit so then I can then pick him up and tell you that he's the favorite one. I don't really want to do that, Mommy. Well, that's okay, Paisley, if you don't want to. Oh, good. You're gonna do it because I told you to do it, so do it. You're weird. Please tell him to stop. Your brother's just having a bad day, sweetie.
10 years later.
Yikes. Now I'm no contact with my mother. Yeah, she doesn't care though. She's out partying it up with Timmy on his anniversary. With his wife. I'm not saying it's going to happen, I don't know the future, but so many TikToker family vlog who grew up are coming out saying being a kid of a parent that TikToks or vlogs sucked butt cheeks.
I am a child of a family vlogger, a former family vlogger that had people on YouTube thinking that I was pregnant at 13. That is why I'm so passionate about this stuff, y'all.
And Anna seems like she's really into being a boy mom, so into that she's so scared of a woman coming in and taking her son away from her through marriage.
And now I feel like I'm having this existential crisis. Or I wouldn't be that mom, that toxic boy mom.
You know what? I think that we should play. Do you think Anna will be A, happy for her son when he gets married? B, excited? Or C, go through an emotional breakdown because she can't bear to have her adult son be with anyone else except for her?
So when I think about my daughters getting married, I get excited, right?
Good, we're on the right track.
Planning their weddings. When I think about my son's wedding, I want to cry.
Because you're happy for him, right?
Nope.
Anna's whole niche is that she loves her son so much more than her daughters, and he's better because he's a boy. Point of view, you're a toxic boy mom.
You will be popular. You're gonna be popular.
I feel like they're gonna have an everlasting, deep relationship like that cute video of that girlfriend and the football player on the field. Oh, hold on, it's my producer. I got something wrong. What? That's not the boy's girlfriend, that's his mom.
That's weird.
So that went super viral a long time ago, and I didn't really pay attention to it. I would keep scrolling. I would see that I was getting a lot of views, people responding to it and saying things about it, and I was like, oh, people are really loving this high school couple. And then after a while, I saw that it was actually the mommy and the son, and people were very divided whether this was appropriate or not, and put out a statement saying that people are disgusting, there's nothing wrong with this, and there's nothing sexual about it.
It was literally a hug between my son and I.
And then she posted a picture of her straddling a man at a party with a caption of, oops, did it again. Which makes me think then you probably did know that straddling your son and then posting it on TikTok for people to come to a weird conclusion would get people talking and saying that it is pretty sexual. Let's call my mom. I'm curious to see if she would think it was normal if she jumped on my brother and straddled him on the football field. Hi Mom, I have a question.
Yes, okay.
I'm filming, just so you know.
All right, let me concentrate. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so imagine we're back in like high school.
Okay.
Or my brother is playing football, yeah?
Okay.
He wins the big game. You run onto the field wearing like a crop top and like really tight pants, and you jump into Michael's arms and straddle him. Is that normal?
What would I do that for?
That's all I needed to.
Why would I do that? Well, come on, that's not normal.
Okay.
That's not normal.
Okay, I heard you the first time. Got it. Okay, thanks for the answer. Love you, Mom.
Love you too.
Bye. Well, for anyone who wants to say, you'll never know because you're not a mother. My mom didn't even see the video because she's not really online, so she thought it was kind of weird. And she is the beholder and speaker of all moms right now. I feel like with any deep dive that I do, there's always some type of war within the community, and it is no different when it comes to moms and parents on TikTok. So we have to talk about boy moms versus every other parent.
Yeah.
But first, a word from our sponsor. Me. Are you a sad little human? Are you upset that the colder season is among us? Got the seasonal blues. Get a little warmer with my merch. Now you can be sad but also beautimous, just like your mommy used to call you. Make her proud and snuggle up with the merch I keep forgetting to talk about. Also, there's crop top for the dog moms out there, and even if you aren't a dog mom, you can still wear it. We're all inclusive here. Thank you guys so much for purchasing. A lot of you guys have, I just never talk about it. But thank you so much. Link is below. Remember to take pictures and tag me so then I can put you in the video, or I can see it and say, yep, I knew it. I knew you were beautimous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will kiss your forehead early. So this internal war started with this trend. Showing our daughter the world so she's not impressed when your little son takes her to Miami. And then they're there in Paris, France, pointing to the Eiffel Tower, and then they look into the camera so all you boy moms know that if your little son invites their daughter to Miami, she ain't gonna be mentally manipulated into sleeping with him because she'll say, oh, I've already been there plenty of times because my parents took me. And a lot of men will manipulate women who aren't well traveled with, you know, Aladdin syndrome. These wealthy men can show the women the world and get into her pants pretty easily. But a well-traveled woman who's been traveling since she's been wearing diapers won't be fooled by Aladdin syndrome. If you remember, we talked about self-proclaimed alpha male secretly in love with Andrew Tate, Justin Waller, who said he gets very triggered when a woman gets into his G-Wagon and isn't impressed because she's been in a G-Wagon before and now he can't probably sleep with her.
Say I pull up in the G-Wagon, gets in, she knows all the features. She's like, could you turn the back massage on? I'm like, how do you know there's a back massager in my G-Wagon? She's been in the car, bro.
This is pretty much the same thing. So I loved this trend. I thought it was pretty cute. Then it got pretty interesting. Showing our daughters the world so they won't be impressed by your dusty son flying them to Miami. Then it got even worse. Dusty son turned into dusty son. You guys realize your kids are like 3. Why are you calling 3-year-old boys dusty? Can we give them time to accumulate the dust and the crust? So then the mom said, y'all wanna go low? We'll take it lower. Buying my 4 sons absolutely everything they ask for so they aren't impressed by your dusty daughter's presents. I kind of feel like you guys are creating a little demon, but who am I to judge? I don't have kids. Then they got even lower than that. Teaching my sons to cook so your hot pocket thoughty daughter doesn't impress him. Ma'am, thoughty? Why did you say that? Can we give the girlies some time to turn into the thought that you're speaking of? This is so weird on both sides. So the moms in the kitchen teaching their sons how to cook would go absolutely viral because absolutely not is some woman going to come and seduce their son with cooking skills. Making sure my son can cook so he's not impressed by your daughter's Stouffer's lasagna. Jesus, she was looking at at me as if I was going to try to serve her son Stouffer's lasagna. I personally think it's great to teach your sons from a young age how to cook. It's a basic human necessity, unless you're a self-proclaimed alpha male who's scared to go into the kitchen because it's gonna make you gay. But they're not teaching their sons to cook so they can be a well-rounded person. They're teaching their sons to cook so that they can be a mini Gordon Ramsay when their wife tries to cook them a meal at home, and then they can critique her while she's doing it.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich. So then a woman on TikTok that many would deem an appropriate boy mom hopped on the trend to change it and make it a little less hostile. Teaching my son to cook so he can cook for himself, for others. Maybe your daughter or your son, and then they can all eat. Bon appetit. How sweet was that? And everyone's fighting because she said son. Okay. Teaching my son if he wants a fresh meal on a Friday night at the end of a long week, he can plan and prepare it. Otherwise, it might be frozen. Teaching my son to send her ass to the kitchen. Can someone call child services for this poor boy? I thought this was interesting that people got so mad that she was teaching her son that his wife might also have a hard work week as well. And if you really want something, you have the option to do it yourself, or there's other options. But they're a little too triggered to think of this man's potential future wife or husband. I also saw a lot of comments saying that no woman's ever gonna want to date him. All women are gonna step all over him. I have to say, when I went on dates, I would kind of always just ask, what do you cook? Like, what do you eat on a normal day? And if the guy said his mom still cooks for him, or he eats like pretty basic meals, or struggles to cook, or always gets his food, you know, from takeout, it was a big red flag for me because it means that you don't know your way around the kitchen. And that's a little weird, which means if we got together, you would expect me to do all the cooking. And when I met Garrett, he was very into cooking a lot. Actually, not only did this man cook, he also baked. And on our third date, Mr. Garrett brought me a box of 6 different flavored cookies. Pistachio Crumbl and lemon something was like my favorite one. And honey, I've been sitting on his face ever since. So I mean, that's not always true that a woman's gonna leave you if you know how to do a basic thing. Pearl Davis, or as the internet calls her, Pick Me Pearly, came up a lot in this discussion of boy moms because she's very similar, as in she puts men on a pedestal unless they love their wives, then she calls them a simp.
A lot of people get offended by this.
She's extremely desperate to gain men's approval and attention by any means necessary, no matter how dumb she looks.
You might be independent, but I'm not. I would rather die than be my own boss.
Almost as if she's just a little clout goblin, which is my favorite type of mom, kind of. One of them gets quite concerning. I actually hate her. As you can see, there's many types of TikTok moms, but I think the funniest one, and also the darkest, is the TikTok mom clout goblin. A clout goblin is a person who seeks to gain influence, power, money, or style on social media at any means necessary. But in this case, the TikTok mom has a specific prop: her children. Whitney Levitt, I don't know, the one that's from the original Momtok. Yep, that girl right there. So a while ago, she sadly learned that her infant was diagnosed with like a respiratory syncytial virus, where the baby basically could not breathe on their own, and the first thing she thought to do was to dance in the hospital next to her sick kid as it lays there barely breathing. You know the drama is never ending. The baby's just laying there unable to move, breathe, and the mom's just doing that. I think the next person who takes the second place award for TikTok mom clout goblin has to be Adrielle Sigler. Bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead. Who is known as one of the worst moms on TikTok. So one of her kids went missing, and instead of calling the police, she goes on TikTok.
My car is in the garage, so I can't go driving around looking for him. I don't know where he went.
She's chronically online talking about her kids, saying where they go, where are they at, and what they're doing in real time. And she gets very oddly angry when her subscribers don't say hi to her when she's on live for the 15th time that day.
Nadine said hi. Jenna said hi. Jackie's saying hey. She's not subscribed. Sarah's not saying hi. Say hi. Who says hi? Ellie does. Who doesn't say hi? Sarah doesn't.
Like, really mad.
I just want to know why on earth anyone would subscribe without saying hi.
Besides being a TikTok mom clout goblin, something else that she's known for is saying that her daughter is just ruining her life and taking the joy out of it.
Mood, man. My daughter's ruined my night, man. They stole my thunder. I'm so happy. So happy, dude. I'm so sick of people ruining my happiness.
That was on live stream when supposedly the daughter was also in the room with her. So that was nice. She's not complaining though when she's using her children to get $30,000. One of the things that Adrielle is mostly known for is the "my son got jumped" scam and we need to move, where she claims that her son got jumped in the woods and they need to move.
It was a very dangerous place to attack someone and jump someone. They're surrounded by woods. They led him down here. this boy did the most damage.
But they need $30,000 to do it.
Put this GoFundMe together. The link is in my bio. Our lives are in danger. We have to move as soon as possible.
All while she would be bragging earlier than that she has so much money from TikTok and lives and streaming.
Oh, really? That's funny, because everywhere I go, I have a ton of cash, and
that she spends around $17,000 a day. But for some reason, she doesn't have $30,000 to get out of this horrible neighborhood that her son just keeps getting beat up in.
Critics have taken aim as she asks for donations while admitting to spending huge amounts of money. Sigler said in 1 month she spent $800 on DoorDash and restaurants.
But I think the TikTok mom clout goblin that takes the cake and honestly pisses me the F off the most when it comes to TikTok moms is the mother of Rent, Jacqueline, who had her own account private, but not for her 3-year-old daughter. Jacqueline had many TikTok moms, dads, people who didn't have kids, my dogs, pissed off and furious for the content that she was putting of her 3-year-old kid, to the point that they were demanding that she needs to stop using her daughter to please creepy men.
Thousands of moms are banding together to take down their children's pictures and asking Red Eleanor's mom to take down hers.
Jacqueline's profile for her daughter would get well over 17 million people. Wanna know why? Because the content was pretty much her daughter eating corn dogs, getting whipped cream squirted on her face. She would be in the bathtub. Her crotch would kind of like be open as she sits there and eats food. To normal people, that's just a baby eating stuff, doing baby things. You know, that's what they do. They don't know to cross their legs and whatnot. No normal person looks at that and thinks, yeah, that's hot, except for types of people that starts with a P that I can't say. And those types of videos would be the most watched videos, with questionable men leaving comments like, how to become the banana of her eating a banana. Why would you need to be a banana that a 3-year-old is eating, sir? Men calling her hot, she's like 2. You have a very beautiful daughter. Every boy's dream. Little boys are not dreaming of this little girl. Creepy men like you are. Jacqueline would ignore all of these comments along with the people telling her, hey, your videos of your 3-year-old daughter is attracting some creepy men. And she would ignore it for a while, but then it would get so big, so many YouTubers would start talking about it, TikTokers, people were calling her out constantly.
3-year-old at this point, for goodness sake. But naturally, who's to blame for exploiting their children openly on the internet? The parent that's in charge of the content.
About Ren's relationship status and acknowledging her age. Age is just a number, right? She's single.
In fact, Ren Eleanor's whole life has pretty much been documented since she was 0 years old.
And she would finally make a statement and tell everyone, it's okay, you guys, I'm just a single mom trying to make money for my children while I use my children to do it.
TikTok analytics show that my followers are 76.8% female.
Okay.
That's more than 13 million females, including lots of moms.
Okay. Well, then the other portion are men. And also, women can be predators. Let's not get that twisted up. Eventually, Bryn's mom would finally delete her 3-year-old's TikTok account, but there are plenty of weird fan accounts of the child that will be on the internet forever. So Jacqueline is probably the TikTok mom that gets under my skin the most. I think she's one of the most despicable types of TikTok moms. I personally prefer the more funny ones, but we are covering the top TikTok moms here, and we can't not talk about Jacqueline posting videos for disgusting men and women to goggle at her daughter eat a banana. So weird, I don't understand that. But you know, money influences people to do some very disgusting things. On the topic of disgusting, and not on the same level of Jacqueline at all, is another trend that is on the rise, and it's kind of to be gross and turn your job into making your kids very unhealthy for clout. The unhealthy TikTok mom trend has been creeping up, but I saw a boost when this woman went viral for looking dead on the inside and cutting some donuts for her daughter's breakfast. Many people were super divided on this and said it's very wrong to set your kids up with sugar from the start of the day, but others were saying it's just a donut. She doesn't eat it every day or like all the time, and stood with this mom and also gave their kids donuts.
Neta, come. Here you go. Neta.
Thank you.
Donuts?
People also found out that she's in a poly relationship, so there's 3 adults in this house and not one has time to cook healthier options for the children. Hold on. I'm just getting in that they all broke up, so I guess that's over with. After the donut video went viral, this TikTok mom, or Alexandra is her name, started to morph as she smelled it. Do you smell? Yes. The stench of TikTok attention. She became a clout goblin. She knew if she did these videos giving her kids sugar, she would get views. And of course, money. Bowls of marshmallows.
And there's their snack.
More donut.
So we got donuts the other day.
You know what they need a lot more of? Fat. Let's just dunk some oil up in here. Mountains of salt, and then of course, some chips on the side. And she would constantly go viral because half of America and everyone else in the world would be like, what the hell are you doing to your kid? So after that, the unhealthy mom trend kind of skyrocketed up because not everyone can be those moms that have like the clear label containers that's all labeled and then cute little cut up healthy treats and look like put together all the time.
I feel like I would look so sexy pregnant.
What's easy is just waltzing into your kitchen, looking quite broken and empty on the inside and then throwing a plate at the camera and giving them some packaged, sugary, bright something. So someone else that got popular off of this is Daughtry by the dozen. And actually a few of you guys commented this on my last video. The family features Josh and Alicia Daughtry and their 4 biological children and then their 7 adopted children. So this YouTuber family channel would get a really good start because people are just very surprised when you have anything extra or in excess. You know, 12 people in a family is kind of a lot. And people were very amazed to see her like prep their food for 13 kids. It can't be easy.
If you wanna talk, I'm right here, not gonna leave.
But many people noticed a jump in views and traction to her channel when she started doing family of 13 Costco hauls or any type of food haul. People noticed that these types of videos were very sugary.
Muffin bites, Reese Pops, fruit snacks, and crackers. Granola bars and PBJ. Chips and Pop-Tarts.
Then the hashtag Save the Daughtry Children because of the food that she was giving them started to trend.
Here's what my 11 kids ate today. They had cereal for breakfast. For lunch, they had McDonald's in their Stanleys. They grabbed trail mix for their afternoon snack. For dinner, we heated up leftovers.
And although I don't think it's the absolute best food, I will say for some reason, my ass cheeks are giving this woman just a smidge of grace. Only because, dude, over 10 children? Ain't no way do I want to cook for this amount of people. Y'all eating Stouffer's lasagna. But that's why I don't have 13 children or 12 kids. How does it? 10 kids? I think it's 10. So the other side of me is saying you decided to have all these children in your house. It's your job as a mom to make sure they are eating quality food so they can actually grow into quality adults who aren't addicted to sugar like I was, who has a hard time limiting themselves because my mom gave me no limit ever. And then you reduce the risk of your kids being obese. The bottom line is they don't need that food and they eat way too much of it once you get deep into her videos. And you know what? I'm not the only one who thinks that. She does too. So a clip would start getting passed around TikTok of the mom saying sugar and carbs should not be eating in excess.
Sensitive to sugar, and that reminds me, sugar and dairy and carbs, they can create an addiction to.
And this would have many commenters saying, I knew it! She's getting all this for the views, the validation, the clout, but mostly the money, and at the kids' expense. I mean, they really go crazy. They're always at McDonald's and it gets a lot of views because their large orders get so many people saying, whoa, you guys order a lot.
Eggs. $100 worth of McDonald's for lunch and our custom-made charcuterie board.
You showing up at school after your doctor appointment with McDonald's because you got a gummy bear, mom.
They see me rolling.
You're probably asking, what in the holy barnacles is a gummy bear mom? Well, you're not the only person who's asking that. Basically just a mom who buys a lot of snacks, fast food, or whatever. The opposite of an almond mom, just basically unhealthy. And that's why Alicia is one of the most unhealthiest TikTok moms who's setting her kids up to also be gummy bears. She basically gave herself the award. Very cute name, but we know what sugar does to children, and she also knows what sugar does to children because of that video. I think all the gummy bear moms know what they're doing to their children because they're chronically online. They just don't care. This lady's kids, every single child in that house has mini fridges in their room, and they eat filling it with veggies and fruit.
Mini fridge restock for my 11 kids. Let's fill them with Halloween candy.
But what did you guys think of all the TikTok moms? Who was the worst? Jacqueline. I gave you the answer. That was definitely the worst. But who's the second worst? Thank you guys for being here. Give love to your kids, furry, scaly, or with skin. Now I have to go do very normal things with my children because I love them all the same. Bye. Whew. God, thank God that bullshit for Butters. Because you're gonna make mommy rich. Because you're the most gorgeous little boy and the world's gonna see you. Yes, he is. Mama's most favorite. No one else. You're just so special.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and a giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the buffs.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood